Hey there, welcome to the Powerful Marketing Tips Podcast. We created this podcast for you, overwhelmed business owners who want to build, run, and organize their marketing for good. And here are your hosts, Mari-Liis and Laura.
Hi everybody, it's Mari-Liis here. Have you ever noticed how with some people you will instantly click and it's so easy to interact with them, whereas with others, any, let's say, conversation can be an uphill battle, really? Well, this can simply be because of those different personalities. There are 4 main personality types according to DISC, which I will talk about in today's episode. And it is important to note that every personality type prefers to communicate a bit differently. And that is totally okay, right? So if you want to get along with different types of people, then it is wise to adjust your communication style to make this interaction a lot more enjoyable for both parties. This information is so valuable in marketing, in sales, in networking, in team leadership, but also in your personal life to understand your loved ones and your family and to communicate with them also effectively. And please keep in mind, there is no right or wrong personality type. And it's also extremely rare that one person fits 100% with any of these 4 basic types. We are complex combinations of most of them, if not even all of them. So we could be showing one, let's say, particular trait at work, and then behave the exact opposite at home. That is totally normal. But without further ado, let's dive in. So number 1, people oriented to dominance, or what we call RAIDs. They tend to be CEOs, lawyers, and really high-ranking military officers even, because they are drawn towards power, control, and they are often driven and motivated by money. So RAIDs are the people who get things done, and they are used to ordering people around as well. So usually they are very well connected, by the way. They know those business owners, leaders, and the high achievers right around them. So in a negotiation, you need to open with their takeaway. What's in it for them is the most important thing you need to remember. Cut to the chase. Okay, then you can explain if they want more information. They are also very confident risk takers, and they prefer action over talking. So they are quick in making decisions, and they do not procrastinate. So if you want to get something done fast, they can make it happen, no matter how difficult it may seem. But of course, we all have weaknesses, and their weakness is their big ego. So they are often short-tempered, unteachable, impatient. They are also impulsive, and their attention span also tends to be quite short. So make it short and simple for them. And remember that their deepest need really is for material, physical achievement, satisfaction, and fulfillment. Okay, so moving on, we have people oriented to influence, or who we call the yellows at Buff Marketers. Mostly these are those cheerful and impulsive people. They tend to be salespeople, public speakers, and great promoters. Yellows like to have fun, so they speak loud and fast, and they speak way more than other people. You will recognize them as soon as they enter the room. But they are also great networkers, as they are good at talking to people and getting information out of others. So it's easy for them to motivate and convince really other people around. They are also creative, which helps them generate lots of ideas that are, let's say, out of the box. Okay. And coming to their weaknesses, The weaknesses they have is that they are often not organized at all. Because of their impulsive decisions, they tend to overcommit themselves, jump on board and rush into things too quickly rather than, taking things at a steady pace. And to communicate with them, make sure that you are not boring because they do not need to know all the details or how the process or how the technical side of something works. Focus on the big picture, the vision, the goals, and make it fun, right? Next up, we have people oriented to steadiness or process, or who we call the blues. They tend to be engineers, researchers, tax advisors, accountants, analysts, right? They are very analytical, reliable, trustworthy, loyal, of course. And they are the ones who need to know all the details, okay? All the facts and figures before going any further with any decisions are important for them. And what is important to remember here is that you cannot sell to them. They need to sell to themselves. So they will research your website. They will listen to the whole video seminar series. They read all their reviews, comments, testimonials, and articles about you. Okay? They dislike being late and people who are late. Keep that in mind. They also dislike when there is a shortage of facts, of course, to work with. And when people show up unprepared for meetings is also something they don't like. So another thing they don't like, as said already, are pushy people and aggressive salespeople, okay? And they hate being pushed to commit to deadlines. And what they like is that they like things done properly. So make sure to follow all the rules and guidelines. Give them lots of details, lots of information, as well as plenty of time for them to do the necessary job or research or task and prepare for meetings or next steps. Okay? They typically do not like presenting before big groups of people and hate having to make a decision on the spot. So give them room and space really. Okay? Last up, we have people oriented to relationships, or who we call the greens. They tend to be down to earth, caring and nurturing, kind, generous, and compassionate. They are excellent team players, and also generally they are best listeners of all the personality types, really. They are very intelligent, they love to learn, and they are quick to understand new concepts. They tend to choose professions as nurses, teachers, counselors even. And they give from the heart. They don't have time for themselves really, because they want to give to everybody around them and help the world. So this can also be one of their weaknesses, as they, let's say, too often neglect their own needs when providing for others. Also, they are not very goal-oriented, so they would sacrifice goals for emotions and comfort any day. They are followers rather than leaders, so keep that in mind. And when you talk with a green, become a green. Slow the pace, contain your excitement, lower the volume. Don't talk about money, because then they will tune straight out. Talk about their family, their kids, their vacation, focusing on building relationships. Okay? So that's it for today's quick episode. And I hope you either recognized yourself or somebody in your life as you were listening to these descriptions here. So if you want to find out more about these personality types and how to approach them, then I invite you to check out our signature Powerful Marketer program, where we put a lot of emphasis on communication and successful networking. Thank you for listening. Take care, and I wish you all the best.
That's all we've got for this episode of the Powerful Marketing Tips podcast. Make sure to link up with us at our free monthly international mastermind event. Just go to powerful-marketers.com/mastermind for registration. And one thing that would really help us and other new potential listeners is if you would rate this show and leave a comment wherever you tune in to listen. Until next time, take care.